What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with part 3. Hope you guys enjoy it. Drop a like if you do. If you guys haven't seen the first 2 parts of this series talking about my first trip in 4 years, those will be linked in the description, or at least the first episodes. You can catch up from there. But without further ado, but actually, no, there is further ado. Follow me on Instagram, okay? I've been locked out of my Instagram for like 5 days now because Instagram support is literally the slowest shit ever. But once I get back into it, Hey, we're going to go cuckoo, all right? I'll post a story saying, hey, I'm finally freed from Instagram prison, dude. But either way, hope you guys enjoy it. Drop a like if you do, and let's dive into it. So, in part 2, we had left off right as I was getting ready to make my dispensary appointment and go to the dispensary. And I made my appointment about 2.5 hours before, prior to the actual time I had to be there, right? My appointment was 10:45 a.m., and I remember setting it around something around 8 o'clock. The sun had just come up. That's all I know. But either way, I set my appointment, and I figured, well, at this point, I'm in it for the long haul, and I was kind of starting to come down a little bit. I wouldn't say come down, but I was starting to not trip as hard as I wanted to be. I spent this whole trip kind of chasing that, just peaking feeling, which is why I kept redosing throughout. I was trying to at least extend my trip, extend the intensity of it. So I said, fuck it, and popped another tab, right? I said, you know what? We're going to the fucking dispo. I gotta pop a tab. Let's go crazy, right? So now I'd taken my final tab, right? Now, this is the last time I dosed throughout the rest of the trip, right? So I dose again, and I'm chilling on the couch, and I end up just playing a little Borderlands, right? Kind of waiting for this tab to hit me. And about an hour goes by, and it's around 9:30 now, and this tab is definitely, I feel it, right? I can see things are just moving a little more than they were before. It feels like I'm tripping harder, right? And of course, the impact as you redose throughout your trip is going to be less and less every time you redose, but I still felt a difference. And yeah, could it have been a placebo effect? Maybe. I felt like I peaked again, essentially, right? But I didn't actually really peak again. It was all a mind game kind of thing. But either way, that acid ends up hitting me, right? That tab ends up hitting me, and I start feeling really good. I get really excited. I'm looking out the window. It's really bright outside. It's a nice sunny morning. Thank fuck, because I hate tripping when it's raining. I hate tripping in shit weather, bro. I need a nice sunny day, and oh my god, it was beautiful, dude. I remember being so excited to go to this dispo, and I go and I get in the shower. And I shower way early, right? I get in the shower right at 9:30 as this tab is starting to hit me. Because I know that I'm probably going to take my jolly old time. There is no rushing anything when you're tripping, right? So I'm like, okay, let's bang this shower out. So I go get in the shower. And I remember for the first 20 minutes, I was like I didn't know what to do, dude. It was like I was AFK in the shower. I actually had no idea what the fuck to do with my hands, right? I'm looking around. I'm looking at the shampoo, dude. I'm just letting the water hit me, and it feels amazing, dude. And here's the thing. Whenever I trip and I shower, it's always a double-edged sword. It's nice because I feel great, and I really enjoy the hot water, and it feels good. But then there's nothing to do but think, right? Because in this hotel shower, at least, it was just white curtain, white ceramic tub, white ceramic, everything. It looked like an insane asylum. So there was nothing to look at that would be moving or, would be trippy to look at. So the only thing I had was my thoughts, right? And I don't remember exactly what I was thinking about, but I just remember being in this really crazy thought loop where I had to almost snap myself out of it. And I remember telling myself okay, I gotta shower now, okay, I have to wash myself now. And I was in that shower for what felt like an eternity. It was probably maybe 30 minutes or so. But I get out of the shower, right? And I brush my teeth, and I'm looking in the mirror, and looking in the mirror whenever I'm tripping is terrible, because I ended up just staring at myself, tweaking, dude. And I was looking at myself, and I was looking at myself damn, dude, you look ugly today, bro. Listen, whenever you're tripping, you always do that. You look at yourself, and you're like, damn, bro, you look like shit today. You look like a fucking weirdo today, dude. That's exactly what happened to me. I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm like, damn, you look like a fucking idiot, Goblin. You look like shit, dude. So either way, I end up brushing my teeth, I do my Q-tip, and, I get ready, and I throw on some clothes, and I throw on some comfy shit. I didn't care that it was July. I threw on a hoodie and sweatpants, dude. Did I sweat? Not one bit, dude. I was tripping too hard to feel that feeling, dude. We don't know anything about that noise over here. So I throw on this hoodie and sweatpants, and I hop in my car with Miss Goblin, right? And Miss Goblin's driving along the way, and I'm chilling, windows down, I'm navigating, I'm directing, but I end up missing half the turns because I just am not paying it. like I'm looking at the Maps app, but all of the lines are wiggling, so I'm just paying so much attention to that there was probably like 4 separate instances of me just missing the fucking turn entirely, right? But finally, I directed her to the right place, and we get to this dispensary, right? And once we get to this dispensary, things get a little hectic, right? I get out of the car, and I've got my mask on, and I realize immediately, as I'm putting my mask on, that this is about to get a little ugly, potentially. Because the only thing these motherfuckers can look at is my eyes. What do you think my eyes look like when I'm tripping? All of you know why that's a problem. I guarantee every motherfucker watching this video knows why this is a problem. Your pupils are bowling balls when you're tripping. And it's not like they can look at my, the rest of my face and maybe take their, it's not like they maybe won't notice. No. If they look at me, the only thing they can do is make eye contact because my face is covered otherwise, right? So fuck me, I'm fucked, right? So I walk up and I have to wait outside. They don't let me right in. And I'm just enjoying the nice day. And they hand me these paper menus while I'm waiting outside. For some reason, this dispensary doesn't let you order online. Every other dispo I've been to, they have an online ordering system where you literally place the order and then you show up and show them your like confirmation for the order. This place is still on prehistoric times. I guess Fred Flintstone runs the fucking joint because they pass out papers with pencil. And I get this paper and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, cool, and I'm looking at all the options, not really understanding. I thought this was like a little advertisement, like, oh, here's our menu. But I was like, oh, well, I already knew what I wanted, right? Like, I already know what I want, right? I didn't understand it all. So finally they let me in the dispensary. And I go inside. This guy comes and gets me. And they let people in one at a time into the lobby because it's not a big building at all. So they let me in and the guy asked for my ID. And I hand him my ID. And he asked me if I knew what I wanted. He was like, oh, like, are you done with your menu? And I realized, oh, shit, like, I'm supposed to mark on here what I want. But I didn't really compute what that means. Like, I didn't really compute how to write. I didn't understand how to, my brain just couldn't comprehend this entire situation. So I made such a scene. I tried to write, I tried to hold the piece of paper in my hand and then scribble, where I wanted, right? They had these little boxes next to the items that I thought I was just treating it like the ACT. Like, oh, just fill it in all the way. Fill in the box. That's what I want, right? I didn't understand that they wanted you to write the quantity of what you wanted in that box. I was just filling them all in like a standardized state test. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing this and I poke holes through the paper because I'm just holding it in my hand. So instead of putting it on the wall, for some reason I kneel and I do it on this little ledge under a window. And I realize, I look over my shoulder and the guy is just staring at me like I'm some sort of creature, dude. Like I'm some sort of monster, dude. Like I'm feral or some shit. And I look back down and I'm like, well, I don't want to know what the rest of them are looking at me like if that's how this fucking guy's looking at me. And I scribble the boxes in. And the guy, listen, I tried my hardest to comprehend this, but the guy saw what I was doing, and I get up, and he just leads me through to the next area. And he points over to the spot in line for me to go stand at. He's like, hey, go stand over there. So I'm like, bet, dude, I'll go stand over there. So I go stand where this guy tells me to. And at this point, I'm so glad that I got through the lobby, because I was really feeling the pressure in the lobby. Like, I felt like everyone was looking at me, and I was really uncomfortable at that point. But I made it through the lobby, right? And I was feeling better. Once I was in line, I was like, yes, dude, I get to fucking buy my weed, dude. Let's go. So I get through. And what I ended up buying, was I bought an 8th of Mag Landrace, which is one of my favorite indica strains at the moment, as well as a pre-roll of this strain called Island Sweet Skunk. I bought a pre-roll because I was like, you know what? If I'm tripping so hard that I can't, if I fuck up the blunt, I'm going to be really mad. So I need a backup. That could kill my whole trip. That could kill my whole mood if I'm tripping so hard that I fuck up the blunt. Because listen, I haven't rolled a blunt while tripping in eons, dude, ages. And rolling a blunt while tripping, it takes some skill. It takes some practice, dude. You got to do it. You'll never pearl a blunt your first time while you're tripping. I don't care how good you roll when you're sober. You will never pearl a blunt your first try while you're tripping. You will fuck it up somehow, right? 100%. Virtually every blunt I've rolled while tripping, I've had to go back and operate on somehow. Listen, I roll plenty of good blunts sober, but when I'm tripping, it's a different story. But either way, so I'm excited to get this weed. And finally, this cashier calls me up. So he calls me up and he asks for my ID and I hand it to him. And then he asks for my menu. And I give him my menu. And I scribbled in each and every box. So I don't know how we got to this conclusion, but the guy goes, "Oh, you want 4 Mag Landrace and 4 of the Island Sweet Skunks?" I'm like, no, just one, dude. I want fucking one, dude. Just one single individual one. Only uno, not those, one. I want one motherfucking of each, dude. They were trying to stick me. They were trying to take advantage of me because I was tripping, dude. Not on my watch. I'm still alert, okay? He was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "You're just supposed to write the quantity in." And I was like, well, I didn't really compute that. Like, the guy in the lobby told me, like, "Oh, you just write the quantity." And I tried to, but even then, I couldn't really get the number 1 out, even though it's just a straight line. I tried to do, like, the detailed number 1, where they have the thing hanging off the top and the line at the bottom, and it ended up looking like a 4, I think. That's where I think he got the 4 from, but I don't fucking know. Either way. He goes and he sends, like, one of his coworkers back to get my order. And this guy starts trying to make small talk with me. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, dude, I wish less customers would buy this Mag Landrace so I could get some, dude. It's so fire." And everything he's saying, I'm just nodding. I'm just like, "Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%, dude. Yup." He's talking like this guy would not stop trying to make small talk with me. And eventually he, like, looks up at me because I think one of the responses to one of the things he said was just, I think I responded just absolute nonsense. Like, I'm pretty sure he was, like, asking me a question, and I was just like, "Yeah, man. Yeah," like, I'm pretty sure he was asking me, like, a detailed question, you know? But either way, he looks up at me, and he's just got this look of, like, bewildered. Like, we make eye contact, and he immediately shuts the fuck up. I think this guy knew once we made eye contact that, oh, man, this guy's tweaking. So they come back out with my order, and I pay in cash. I hand him the money, and he goes to hand me my change back. And this is where things got a little ugly. He hands me my change back, and I grab it, but I guess, like, he let go too early. He let go before I really grabbed it, and there was just a miscommunication of the hands there, and I fumbled the bag, right? My change was now all over the floor. But the problem is the floor here was not just, like, a solid, like, color. It was one of those almost, like, I don't know how to put it, like a school floor where it was like it had all those little like those little specks in it, you know? It was like a black floor with, like, these little different color specks in it. It was kind of weird. But I remember looking down to pick up my money, and I just started tweaking, dude. The floor was moving, bro. I felt like I was surfing. The shit looked like water. I was looking at it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I don't know how long I was looking down. It felt like an eternity. But eventually, the guy actually came and helped me pick up some of my money because I was taking so long. And once he came over and helped me do it, I realized, like, oh, I'm fucking tweaking, dude. So I grab my money and I walk out. And I'm just looking straight ahead. But even then, I'm catching weird looks from everyone in my, like, field of view. I'm catching the weirdest, strangest looks from everyone. People are looking at me like I have the plague, dude. They're looking at me like I'm a madman. So I just get the fuck out of this dispo. And I hop back in my car and we start riding back to my hotel. But before we get back, I stop at a gas station. I have Miss Goblin stop at a gas station so we can grab some blunts. So I go into this gas station and I grab my go-tos, right? Easy to roll. They smoke nice. They're great. I grab my Swisher Diamonds. I figure if I'm tripping, this is going to be probably the easiest thing for me to roll. I grab 2 packs, and I get back in my car and we go back to the hotel. Now, once we get to the hotel, I pull out these blunts to roll them and I realize these are not right. And at first I thought it was just because I was tripping. I pulled them out and the papers felt really flimsy and soft. And normally, I don't know, they had a lot of give. Like, I could literally take these and snap them in half without even really trying. And normal Swishers, you could do that too, but I don't know. Like, they're just a little sturdier than these ones. So I gut it and I assume I'm just tripping balls. I'm just tweaking, right? And I start trying to roll the blunt, and this is just the thinnest paper ever. Like, I held it up, and I could see light coming through it. And once I saw that, I was like, dude, this is not a fucking Swisher. So I look over to Miss Goblin, I'm like, yo, this shit's not a Swisher. And she thought I was tweaking at first, so she comes over, and she doesn't really roll very many blunts, right? She, can barely roll a blunt. That's my duty around here. So she comes over, and she kind of doesn't believe me at first. I felt like, she didn't say that, but I felt like she thought I was just tripping balls. But no, I knew. I've rolled a lot of Swishers. I've rolled probably 10 trillion Swishers in my day, dude. I know when that shit is foo. So I go and grab the pack again, and I look really closely, and all the text is in, it appears to be bigger than it normally is. It was printed almost, not centered, and it was, big. The font sizing was off. So I tell her to go get my car. I tell her, yo, Go hop in the driver's seat of my car, take me to this fucking gas station, right? And this made me really mad when this happened, right? This almost killed my whole trip because I was so excited to smoke this blunt, and then I realized I got finessed for the blunt, right? There was a fly, dude. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there was a fly that was just flying like past my face, and I tried to smack him, and I just knocked my glasses off my face instead. You guys might have heard like a little like buckle in my voice there. It's because I actually just smacked myself in the face. I think, is he gone? You fucking fat prick, dude. Where is... Either way, fuck that guy. So, we go back to the gas station, and I get a different pack of blunts from a gas station close to the hotel. Because the gas station we went to before was near the dispo. We go to this gas station, get the Swisher Diamond, same exact brand and type, and we go back to the hotel. And I put these packs side by side, and lo and behold, they're way different. And I knew immediately that I got finessed. And I had never encountered a fake pack of Swishers in my whole life. Never until that point had I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know that, like, of course, there's counterfeit everything, but I really, truly had no fucking idea that fake Swishers were being sold at name brand gas stations. I went to a Mobile and I bought that. I went to a Mobile and I bought a bullshit Swisher. That blew my mind, bro. I was like, holy shit, dude. That's crazy. But either way, I get these real blunts and I managed to roll one up. It wasn't the best blunt. It was a little too loose. I didn't pearl it. But either way, I managed to roll one up once I got my real Swishers in my hand. So we go out to my car and we smoke this blunt. And finally, I've got the blunt and everything is better, dude. Everything is better. But I realized at this point that I've been awake for like a day. Well over a day. I've been awake for so long. Like well over 24 hours at this point. And after I get this blunt, we smoke this shit, and I go back to the hotel room, and we just kind of lay in bed for a little bit, and I'm chilling out, looking at the ceiling, enjoying it. And for the remainder of my trip, see, I fell asleep somehow while I was still tripping. But I wasn't tripping very hard when I fell asleep. Like, I think I was just so exhausted and so determined to sleep that I just made it happen. But either way, it got to the point after laying in bed for like 2 or 3 hours that we just knocked the fuck out. I slumped. And I remember waking up the next day, and I had beauty sleep, dude. I felt amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It was wonderful. I felt exquisite. But hey, ladies and gents, that's the story of my first trip in 4 years. It was a wonderful one, my gamers. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. I'll see you guys next time. Peace, everybody.